Hello and welcome to Hyperdog Digital. This is Scott, and today we're going to take a look at this right here. This is a lawnmower by Teccpo. It's a 40 volt lithium lawnmower, and it runs on batteries. You don't plug it in. It's got two batteries, two 40 volt batteries, I believe, and you don't plug it in. It is not self-propelled. So this is the box that it comes in. It's actually fairly light. You can pick it up pretty easy. I was able to carry it by myself, so that's definitely a good sign. Let's go ahead and open it up, put it together, and see what it looks like here. All right, so we got a lot of little boxes, some instructions, and a bunch of other pieces here. So let's put it together, and then we'll take a look at it once I put it all together, so you don't have to watch that fun adventure. All right, so here we go. We have everything all put together. It took a little bit of time. There were a few things that I wasn't too fond of, and we'll go over those in just a second. But here's all your pieces. Here you got your instruction manual. Not a whole lot in there, just a lot of pictures. Not a whole lot of explanation or anything like that. You do have the charger, and this is a single charger. You have your grass catcher right here, which is just basically put together by a bunch of different pieces. It's not fabric or anything like that. It's solid plastic. Well, not too solid. It's a little flimsy, but it does all just clip together. And here's a piece here that I missed. Here's the mower itself. You can see here's one, and here's the other, and each one will just snap into that charger there, and you can close this off. And then when you're mowing, you have this little key that allows you to tell it whether you're on battery 1 or battery 2. It actually allows you to pick between the two of them. This is your lever that determines the height of the cutting that you're doing. So you can go all the way down to 25 and all the way up to 75. And you can see by this thing it is super light. I can lift this up easily with one hand, no problems at all. Now back here is where you would connect the grass catcher. You do have this little blocker here that you're supposed to put in there to when you're just doing mulching. The only problem with it is that it's got this top part here that doesn't let this close all the way. I'm not sure if that's by design or if this thing just wasn't cut properly. Otherwise, this should go down all the way like that. Put the leaf catcher or the grass catcher on so you can see what it looks like there. And that goes on pretty easy. And there's the whole unit there, just like that. To turn it on, let me flip this around. Turn it on, you have a button right here. You have to push this button and then pull up on here. Now of course you see this doesn't start. That's because we have to come in here and turn the key to one of the batteries. We'll turn it to 1. Push the button. There you go. So that's all there is to it. It seems like a pretty sturdy build. It's very light. A couple of things I didn't like about the build were these little clamps here. They didn't really work very well. I ended up having to clamp them down when they were pretty loose and then tighten them up that way. That seemed to work okay, but I think those could have been a little bit better designed. Other than that, putting it together was very easy. You've got plastic tires on here, so we'll see how well those put up with wear and tear. But other than that, it's pretty light. Seems powerful enough. We'll see how it does mowing. We'll try mowing a little bit with just the mulching going on, and then we'll try a little bit with the bag on. And here we see Grandma helping us test this out from another perspective. Thanks to its lightweight, she didn't have any problems using it or pushing it around, despite not being self-propelled. She absolutely loved using it. Okay, so like I mentioned, we have used this already, and I might have shown a little video already of my mom using it, Grandma, and she was actually able to use it very well. She loved it. She thought it was so light. Even though it is not self-propelled, it is so light that it is just very easy to move around. So definitely it's a really good mower for, I think, for small yards or small jobs, trimming, stuff like that. For my yard, it's a very large yard, so something that's only 14 inches is going to take a long time, and with such a small bagger here, it would definitely take a long time to mow it versus something that's got like a 21-inch clearance or something like that. So it works really good. I didn't have any problems really running it. It did bog down in a few areas that were a little thicker than normal, but it did cut through them. It just bogged down a little bit. It kept going, but it did work very well. I was very pleased with how well it cut. It was very straight cuts. The battery life I thought was fairly well. It ran for probably about an hour and a half, but that was with a lot of stopping to empty out the bagger and stuff like that. I did not change the batteries or recharge them or anything like that. I just charged them up and let them run. So they seem to run really good. I did run it with the bagger, and I think it ran a little bit better with the bagger than trying to mulch it up. Again, some of my yard was very thick, so I think that contributed to it running a little better with the bagger than without it. And I'm going to go ahead and it starts up very, very quickly, very easily, as most of these should. And I'm going to go ahead and start that up real quick just to show you. Let go of the lever and it stops immediately. It's very good. Again, very light. So what didn't I like about this? It tended to bog down a little bit with some of the thicker grass. One thing I did not like are, when I was putting it together, these little levers right here were just horrible. They did not, they're supposed to flip out and clamp down, and that makes it easy to break this down. They did not work very well as far as that went. I basically had to clamp them down when they were real loose, and then turn them like this when they were clamped down. The other thing I wasn't real fond of, or that I thought was maybe a problem, was that this thing in here that plugs up the hole for the catcher when you're just doing mulching. I'm not sure if this one wasn't cut right or what the issue was, but when it sits in here, this door won't close all the way. It's not a big deal, it still works, but obviously this is supposed to go all the way down. For whatever reason, this doesn't go all the way down. But again, it still works fine. I didn't have any problems, grass wasn't flying out, so it worked really good. So overall, I thought this was a really great mower. There's very little things that I didn't like about it. It worked very well. It's a lot quieter than my mower, my gas mower. Everything works well. It's super light. It's sturdy. It seems to last long enough for me to mow my yard, or for you to do whatever you need to do with it. The bag on here is a little bit different than what I'm used to, but it still seems to work. So overall, I thought it was a really good mower. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you, and we'll see you again next time on HyperDog Digital. Thanks. Hey, this is Scott for HyperDog Digital. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos and reviews, be sure to check us out at hyperdogdigital.com. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you know when we put up new content. If there's something you'd like us to review, or you have a product you want to send us for a review, feel free to send us an email at reviews@hyperdogdigital.com. We're also looking for sponsors right now, so if you are interested in being a sponsor for our channel, contact us at sponsor@hyperdogdigital.com. All of our social media links and emails are in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you next time.